Welcome back to TTang Outdoors. Today we have a review video of the most anticipated spinning reel of 2024. And that is the brand new 2024 Shimano Vanford FA, which is the second generation of the Vanford, which just released in ICAST about 2 months ago in July. Now, just like how the Stratic FM won Best of Reel in the spinning reel freshwater category last year, the Vanford also won the Best of Show in the freshwater reel category in this year's ICAST. And surprisingly, some retail stores in North America already have them in stock, so good job Shimano for the quick release. I was lucky enough to get mine from Japan in the C3000 HG and the 2500S sizes. That's all they have for now, but in September, October, they will release these smaller 2000, 1000 sizes and the bigger sizes. And yes, we're going to compare them in this video. I find the 2500S an interesting offering, and I hope, at some point in the future, the US or North American market can offer some shallow spool models. Let me know in the comment below, do you want to see shallow spool from either Shimano or Daiwa in North America? Because currently we have none of them. But let me tell you, in Japan and Asia is a very popular spool size, a shallow spool for finesse applications. So in this video we will go over the specs, talk about the 4 new features, trickle down from the top of the line flagship Stella FK, and I also have a 2020 Vanford, this is the original Vanford, to compare with in the exact same size, C3000 HG. So we're comparing apple to apple, this one. Alright, without further ado, let's get started with the unboxing. Here is the box, Vanford C3000 HG. Not a true 3000 body, it's a compact body, so a 2500 size body with a bigger 3000 spool, HG for high gear ratio. I believe it's 5.8 to 1, and every turn of the handle you get 34 inches of line. It's a pretty low-key box, pretty standard Shimano box. Here is the box of the 2020 Vanford, just comparing them side by side. I did notice that this is also an HG model, but the gear ratio is 6.0. What does your box say for the new Vanford if you have the C3000 HG? Okay, you can pause the video to read the specs. On the left is a 2020 Vanford, on the right is a 2024. Not so much spec differences. You can see the weights are the same, 6.3 ounces, 6.3 ounces. Same number of bearings, 7+1, and 20 pounds of max drag. Line capacity, exactly the same. So yeah, I'd be interested to see if there's any actual meaningful improvement on the new Vanford versus the old. There we go. Schematic. There's a schematic for C3000. 7+1 bearing, your standard 5 bearings in the body, and then the 2 bearings in the handle knob. We've got the handle. So the 3000 or C3000 comes with the pedal or T-shaped handle knob. Some people like it, some people don't. Yeah, it feels pretty nice. Hard rubberized material, and it's very smooth. And there's not so much, man, there's zero play right there. Let me grab the 2020 handle. This is the 2020 handle, and this is the new handle. Man, they're quite similar. Both have the red accent on the base. Same length. The cap on the new one is a little bit different shaped compared to the old one. I am sure that they're interchangeable, like you can put an old handle in a new reel for sure. We'll try that. Okay, And I believe there's the reel. What else is in the box? So you have some spare washers or spacers to adjust your line lay, and then this anti-twist fin, which we'll get into. This is a new feature, trickle down from the Stella. The Stratic FM also has this fin. I believe this is instruction on how to install, probably. Okay, and then that's it for the box. And here is the reel. 2024 Vanford. Wow. The drag cap knob looks a little bit different. Just hear the drag. Drag knob. It's a very positive, very crispy, metallic clicks. Very satisfying to hear. But here's a reel. I would say there's not as much red as the old Vanford. Look at that, side by side. It's definitely more toned down. You still got your shiny butt plate that some people complain about. The body feels a little bit thinner. Let's take a closer look. Yes. It's a bit thinner. And I think the butt section here is a more of an aggressive, pointy, more pointy design. Obviously no anti-reverse switch. The spool looks just like the 2024 Twin Power, except that I bet you this spool doesn't have the bearing on the shaft to support the spool, but similar design. I'll overlay a picture of the Twin Power. There's your line capacity. Check out the rotor. Still got your MGL Magnum Light rotor. Very lightweight, and it's quiet. Bail, one piece bail, positive clicks, pretty strong. And where is it made? Made in Malaysia, obviously. Wow. Did they change the rotor at all? I'm just gonna put it side by side again with the old Vanford. Can you guys tell the difference? Yeah, I think it's a different shape. Definitely a different shape. Redesigned. Completely redesigned. And man, it feels super light. The Vanford is in this class on its own. Crazy. Let me put the handle on and just give it a wind. So this is a one-piece aluminum handle. It's a screw-in handle. So you just, pop that in and give it a couple turns, and then a snug twist. Hold on to the rotor. Twist. Oh. Oh. Why is it so quiet? I'm going to put it up close to the microphone. Man, it's so quiet. Well, the old Vanford has been out for 4 years, and there's quite a bit of user reports. Some people love it. Some people complain about the geary feeling. Oh, yeah. I mean, when the Vanford first released, people were like, wow, this is magic. This is so effortless. It is still effortless, but I can already hear that grindy sound on the gear. Oh, you can definitely hear that on the microphone. It's a smooth reel. It's a light reel. It's got super low startup inertia. But the new Vanford just beats it. So smooth, so quiet. I'm not sure if it's going to stay quiet after fishing with it, but out of the box, man, absolutely amazing. Now you ask me if there's an improvement on the new Vanford, absolutely yes. The overall, if I'm closing my eyes, right, spinning this reel and then pick up the old Vanford, oh man, these are two different reels. Awesome. Absolutely amazing. All right, I'm going to take off the spool, the handle, see if I can interchange them. See if the Vanford A, the new Vanford, is a completely different reel. Look at the line keeper. There's a triangular design on the new one, and then on the old one is a bit smoother. There's the inside of the spool. Okay, you got a chrome rotor cup. Yeah, the old Vanford drag cap sounds different. More plasticky, I would say. But drag sounds pretty good. New drag cap. Spool size. I would say they're the same size. Same diameter, same height, and same depth. And similar clicking mechanism. Alright, I'm going to put the old handle in the new Vanford. It should work. Oh yeah. And the old spool on the new Vanford. It will do. Look at this reel now. Okay, I assume it's gonna work the same the other way around. Alright, so let's go over the new features. Obviously, the Vanford is a mid-tier reel that packs a bunch of features. It carried over the same list of, I won't list them one by one. Same list of features from the 2020 Vanford, including your long stroke spool, X Protect, silent drive. Like I said, I won't list them one by one, but there's 4 new features trickled down to this new model from the 2022 Stella FK. First being InfinityDrive. It says right on the cup. InfinityDrive right there. So what InfinityDrive is that the main shaft is now supported on both ends by bushing, so that it runs through the pinning gear. It never touches the inner wall of the pinning gear. So when you fight a big fish, the fish pulls drag, and sometimes the fish is too strong for the reel that it kind of bend the main shaft, this axial main shaft, a little bit, and your main shaft can touch other components, for example the pinning gear, and that just adds load and resistance on the overall gear train. So with this new InfinityDrive, when you're fighting a big fish, the main shaft never touches the pinion, so it stays straight and does not add any additional friction or load to your gearing system. That means less energy loss, less friction, more power, and more durability. Next up is the InfinityXcross. It's a new gearing design of the pinning gear and main gear. When they mesh, the contact of the gear teeth being widespread, so that the load is spread out evenly on the teeth. That means less wear on the pinning and main gear teeth, obviously longevity and better energy transfer. The third trickle-down technology is in the drag cap, in the spool. That is your DuraXross Drag. You probably heard of felt drag and carbon washers. The advantage of carbon washer is strong. It lasts a long time, but it's not as smooth as felt. Felt is very smooth, very finesse, but it wears out quickly. So now Shimano mixed the two of them together to create what's called the DuraXross Drag washer, and Shimano claims that it's supposed to last 10 times longer. So you're getting the best of both worlds, smoothness of the felt and longevity of the carbon drag washer, which is probably the most exciting feature for me on a spinning reel, because nowadays different brands make awesome spinning reels, but what separates the good and the very good is, I believe, in the drag system. So the fourth one on the list would be the anti-twist fin. This is a little feature, little part right here under the line roller. You see that? This is a plastic piece. I believe you can take it off because there is a spare part in my box, right? I showed you. Creating this very little gap. You see that? The line is supposed to go through and lay on the roller. What that does is when you're using the Vanford or even the Stella FM for finesse applications, I say shaking on the spot, drop shotting, any kind of slack line finesse technique, there is a chance for the line to kind of comes down under the spool and creating wind knots on the next cast. This will solve that, but I've sold a couple Stella FMs to my local fishermen, and just from what I've heard, some people don't like that feature because especially for walleye fishermen on a boat, we use Lindy rigging, and when you feed line, it can be a problem feeding a little bit thicker braid through that gap on a closed bail situation. So obviously you can take that off. And another thing I can think of is when we go ice fishing here in Canada, very popular sport, that is a no-no because with that little gap, ice will freeze on there immediately almost. So I would recommend if you're going ice fishing with it, take that fin off. But if you're, dedicate this reel for summer, open water, finesse style fishing, drop shotting, keep it on there. Just something to be aware of, but it's a pretty thoughtful design. Definitely made for, the bass fisherman, finesse fisherman in a real world situation. I mean, just look at this reel. It's so cool. It's so slick. This paint job is a little bit different, like a very dark gray gunmetal kind of color. The body itself feels smooth, polished, and there is no sparkles inside the paint, but it's very low key, definitely toned down a little bit. You don't see much red except for the spool, and then on the handle, can't really see that in some angles, but just a little bit of red. Oh yeah. There's your new Vanford. For guys in North America, we are getting some models, but I believe Shimano is still making some of the models, some of the sizes. Definitely will get the full sizing this coming fall season. Alright, didn't I mention that we have a 2500S model? Let me take that out. Look at that. Now in Japan, they don't have a standard 2500, it's always 2500S. There's even a C2500S model coming out in September. I honestly don't know what that is. Probably just a 2000 size body with a big spool. But with the 2500S, you're getting a I-shaped handle knob and a little bit shorter handle length. Same body, same rotor. The gut are the same, but then you have this shallow spool. If you're using Japanese braid, 8-strand, you would have no problem fitting about 150 meters of 8-pound braid. So a lot of you might think, wow, look at that. Can't even fit nothing. I mean, give it a try. If you're not using this reel for trolling, or Lindy rigging, or any kind of long casting applications or techniques, this will be perfect because it has a shorter handle, easier to operate. Those, stop and go. Yeah, it's very easy to stop and go. Less effort with your hand when you're twitching, drop shotting, right? This will be a great option because when you're drop shotting, when you finesse fishing, you probably only need maximum maybe 100 meters of line. 80 is good enough. Right, bass fishing. So there is the 2500S. I wish Shimano in North America would make something for us. I'm located in Canada. It's a trend. The Japanese are leading this trend. I don't see why we can't follow through. But yeah, let me know in the comment below. Do you want to see a shallow spool version sold in a tackle shop in North America? I definitely do. One last thing I want to do is the moment of truth. Sometimes Shimano lie about or overestimate, underestimate specs. So I just want to know the true weight of this reel, the C3000 HG. So let's get the scale out. There we go. 183. What does the box say? 180. Well, not off by much. But the old Vanford also claimed to be 180 grams. There you go, the old Vanford is right on. Spec wise, weight, line capacity, drag pressure, there is no change on the new Vanford. It's the same, very easy to start up kind of feeling, but I guess because of the new InfinityDrive and InfinityXcross, everything is just quieter. I wouldn't say smoother, but definitely quieter. Like, there's just a little bit of annoyance, when you spin the old Vanford. There's like 5% to perfection, but the new Vanford just filled that 5%. I'm sure in another 4 years there will be another Vanford that will feel even more amazing. But as of today, this is an absolutely amazing offering in the mid-tier price point. So C3000, I believe this will be a really popular size for bass anglers, pike, walleye, any kind of freshwater applications where you want some, lightweight and finesse, easy to start up reeling experience. The drag is great too. In here where I'm in Saskatchewan, Canada, we have trophy, walleye, and pike. We also have some pretty good bass fishing opportunities. So this will be a reel for multi-species lure fishing. I guess you can do it all with it, honestly. So where do you buy this reel in 2024? Well, I'm sure if you wait another 2 months, these reels will be in majority of the shops. But if you want to take advantage of the Asia release, I'll leave a link. It's an AliExpress affiliate link. Pricing is really good, lower than retail in North America, and it's gonna be legit. I mean, the best fishing is yet to come, right? Fall fishing, fish are getting fat, stocking up that belly to get ready for the winter. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for the brand new 2024 Vanford in the C3000 HG size. If you like this video, give me a like, share with your friends. Obviously, if you like my content, subscribe for more. I'll be doing a lot more review videos. I have a bunch of gears. Don't have time to film, but let me know. If you already have the Vanford, you fished it, let me know what kind of fish you caught. How do you like this new reel, or what you don't like about it? I'm sure there's lots of things that I haven't covered in this video, but drop me a comment. I'll try to answer your questions because I have the reel in hand. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time on TTang Outdoors. Peace.